I'm Jay.
I'm Derek.
And I'm Ian.
And we're the Three-Dimensional Dads. Yes,
Hello.
we are. And we're
we are.
Furiosa. We're Wingardium Furiosa. Right? Is that from Harry Potter? I don't know.
Nice. There you go. It's Harry Potter, but we'll take it.
So we as the Three-Dimensional Dads went to a movie the other night. We went and saw Furiosa. And yeah, Mad Max Furiosa.
Mad Max Furiosa.
Or Furiosa, a Mad Max Saga.
There you
which
Yes.
I guess is trying to make it more dramatic, but
Well, like the Rogue One, a Star Wars story, or Han. You know, they're trying to do branding too.
yeah. Well, it's not working because the movie was kind of garbage. That's my take. I'll start off. I love Anya Taylor-Joy. I love Chris Hemsworth. They're the only really two people I know in the movie. And I think they were great, but I think everything else was just the same movie I saw about 5 years ago. Literally the same movie. It's motorcycles in the wasteland and people without shirts. That's it. Oh, it was. Yeah, I was kind of disappointed. I mean, I liked it. I can't say it's total trash. I liked it. It was fun. It was two and a half hours of escapism. But other than that, I give it a solid C. Yeah,
Ooh.
like a C. Could I see it again? Maybe if it's on like TNT in a couple years and I'm not doing anything.
So that's interesting to me because just with our conversation of summer blockbuster movies that we talked about in our previous episode, right? I feel that with a summer blockbuster movie, this was one of, I think, the movies that I thought that you needed to go to the movie theater to see. Like, this was going to be Mad Max,
Yeah.
IMAX, you know, loud as heck, action-packed. There's going to be, you know, flames and people being thrown off of big rigs and stuff. And there certainly was that, but the story to me was really this disjointed, almost background filler. It didn't have that driving intensity of like a Mad Max movie that we've seen in the past, that Fury Road had, right? That was just like, oh my God, buckle up, you're on the rig, you're riding with people. And that had story and that had a lot of gravitas to it. This, to me, it was broken up into chapters. That's something I just really didn't like. That, to me, just threw me off. And it was a lot of background. It was a lot of character development, but it didn't really, I don't know, take off for me. It just really didn't bring me in. It didn't really, it showed me some filler about the Mad Max world, but it didn't really have a complete story arc, in my opinion.
So what would you give it letter grade?
Oh, I'm going to say it's like a C-. I don't really know if I'd actually want to watch it again, to be quite honest with you. It would just be a waste of time, it just in my opinion. I mean, it's not terrible. I certainly did like Anya Taylor-Joy. I did like Chris Hemsworth. I thought the characters were pretty good, but it was really a prequel for Mad Max Fury Road. It was filler, and I just don't think that it really enhanced the Mad Max timeline in any sort of way.
Yeah, we knew the
I think
story.
it's pretty forgettable.
So
Yeah.
I'm going to kind of disagree. For me, I'm like maybe a B+. And I mean, I think where it suffers is that it's a prequel. And you know what happens to Furiosa. So you're never really afraid for her, no matter how dire things get. There's a problem with all prequels, is you know what happens to these characters after. And so having urgency or having a story that is really like you're feeling for her, I think that was tough. I think not having your main character speak a lot also didn't. I mean, I feel like most of the reviews I heard or people talking, it's like she acted with her eyes a lot. That's a hard thing to pull off. Where it gets more out of the C into a B for me is the style and the filmmaking behind it. Is like, I don't think there's anybody making movies like George Miller makes movies. And I thought it was thrilling, and I thought it was visually very cool on IMAX and big explosions and things. And I thought it was grand and epic. I thought it suffered from typical prequel stuff. So for me, maybe not B+, maybe like a B. So I'm not quite in the C range because I feel like I've seen so many generic movies that don't have a take, don't have a real unique world or something. And George Miller's kind of hitting the sweet spot. Fury Road was awesome. This is kind of more of the same. I could see it being like Fury Road part, if they had done like a part 1, part 2 thing, that might have made it work better. But yeah, I'm around a B.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess to that point though, Ian, I guess what I feel like is that it didn't in terms of the world and everything, it didn't really change much from Fury Road.
Right.
And to me, Fury Road was just a lot more intense. It was a lot. It was a lot more of a complete story in that regard. And I guess that's the difference for me, is that we saw that world already. So I don't know how much of it more was original compared to Fury Road.
So how'd you feel between Dune 1 and Dune 2? Dune 1 introduced this whole world, the gadgets and the rules and all the stuff. And then Dune 2 was just set in the world.
I think cinematography-wise, I thought story, writing, everything else, I mean, that's a completely different movie, was much better.
Yeah,
it was absolutely
it's hard to have
much
that so
better.
close to this. They're both set in a desert.
Yeah.
They're both sci-fi, swing for the fences, IMAX movies.
Right.
Kind of hard when Dune 2, I think all of us who really loved and thought, wow, that was thrilling and crazy and awesome and had memorable stuff to it and so character-driven.
Well, surely was a lot of sand.
Oh, I hate sand. It gets everywhere.
Ah.
Yes.
Closing thought for me, yeah, I mean, it was exciting and it was good. And I'll just kind of like say, all right, cool. Hopefully they do another one that's like afterwards, like, give me something later in the future. And I think I'll be happy with that. So,
yeah, I want to see what Max is doing.
Yeah, what's up with Max? Chris Hemsworth, you just throw a nose on him and it like changes him as a character. Okay, he has a fake nose. He still looks like Chris Hemsworth and is gorgeous. Whatever. No, he's a bad guy now. He has a long nose. Okay.
It was like Thor meets Cyrano de Bergerac kind of thing.
Yes, what a transformation.
All right. So with that, if you want 2.5 hours of escapism and just total, nuttiness, go see it. And if you want to wait,
go see Garfield.
Yeah, see Garfield. You can see that too. All right. We will see you next time.